Animals that asked people for help. Hello guys, welcome to another episode of Stunning Fives. Grab a bucket of popcorn and choose your favorite seat for today, as we are going to show you 5 times when humans encountered animals that asked for help. Even though they can't communicate by word of mouth, credit to these humans, is they were able to interpret and immediately offer the needed help to these animals. Number 5. Dog in the streets of India. A mother dog is captioned wailing for her puppy. The puppy had been hit by a car and was in excruciating pain, making it impossible for it to walk. Rescue workers were trying to calm the mother down as well as offer immediate help to the puppy. As the rescue worker tries to lift up the puppy is heard crying in pain, and the mother joins him in crying too. The rescuers rush the puppy to the operating room on close examination. The puppy had 2 deep puncture wounds on his shoulders, explaining why he couldn't walk. After a few weeks of rest, medicine, food, care and love, the puppy is able to walk again. What a happy reunion with his mother today. The puppy named Toggle can hop and play about thanks to the rescue workers and her mom. Clearly the mother wanted to help, but couldn't do it alone. Number 4. Fawn in North California. A little fawn was bleeding close to Amber's residence, and when he noticed that he had gotten her attention, he quickly ran towards her. The fawn snuggled between her feet and even licked her ankles. Poor little deer must have been hungry and just a few days old, because he could barely stand on his feet. You can't even stand up normally out in the wild. Mother deer leave their little fawns as they go in search of food and water. This little fawn must have been left somewhere near Amber's house. Amber left the little deer and hoped that he would reunite with his mother. After a few hours, Amber couldn't find her, and so she thought that this little guy was back in his mother's company. Amber went on with her day's work, and when it came to bedtime, she couldn't sleep as she kept worrying about the little deer. They went out to search for him, and luckily, they found him asleep on a rock. They took him in and rehydrated him with milk through a glove, and even named him Scott. This is all we got the next morning. Scott seemed pretty excited to have gotten the help he needed. Turner's Deer Camp Fawn Rescue reached out to Amber and took Scott under their care and raised him alongside other little deers. And once he is ready, he will be released into the wild. Another little deer wandered its way in search of her mother when she unfortunately landed in a pool of water. She was able to cross to the other side and someone managed to pull her out of the water. Wet and hungry, the little deer was left in a dry place, a few steps away from where she had been found, to give her mother enough time to locate her. A few hours later, she went back to people, and from her bleeding, you could tell that she needed help. She was taken in by the Woodlands Wildlife Sanctuary and given the care she needed. She even got a stuffed giraffe that would keep her warm and kill the loneliness. A few days later, she was joined by another orphan fawn. The two grew fond of each other, and within no time they were joined by 4 other fawns. They all seemed to be healthy, and when they got older and ready, they were let out into the wild, where they belonged. Days later, they could be seen happily jumping around. Number 3. Sea lion. While out in the Californian Sea, a group of boaters were approached by a sea lion. The sea lion, as seen in the footage, hops onto the boat ladder, and one of the boaters helps him on board. The boaters at first thought that the sea lion just wanted a ride, but on close examination they noticed that he is injured and in desperate need for help. The sea lion has a wound on his mouth which appears to have been inflicted by fishing gear. The boaters immediately inform the harbor patrol, who respond quickly and deliver help to the injured sea lion. Another reminder that animals are definitely smart enough to ask humans for help. Number 2. Tiger. As much as it is hard to believe, tigers do ask humans for help. A village in Russia woke up to a shock after they found a tigress peacefully sleeping on the veranda of one of the homes. They had previously encountered tigers, but not in this manner. They were surprised and scared at the same time. They quickly got in touch with the necessary rescue body, who then sedated the tigress to ease her relocation. She was in bad shape. After careful examination at the rehabilitation center, it was discovered that the tigress had damaged teeth and gums. As a result, she was unable to feed herself for several days and had become very weak. The tigress got the medication she needed, and she could also feed on soft minced meat. Her condition is stable, and she will be forever grateful that she landed on a good person's home. Still in Russia, a tiger went to seek help in a man's home. His instincts led him there, and funny enough, this man was a paramedic. The doctor had heard some noise in the middle of the night, but it quickly subsided and he thought it was nothing to worry about. When he got up to go to work, he could not leave the house house, because his door had refused to open. He resulted to going out through the window and figured out why the door won't open. On his way to the door, he could see large paw prints on the saw, and he immediately knew that he was in for a rude shock. He came face to face with a tiger. He had no time to get back in the house, so he resulted in standing there. I know some of you would have dropped dead, but this man just stood there, and the tiger walked slowly towards him. The paramedic then realized that the tiger had a steel wire around his neck, the kind that is used by poachers. Some of it had gone into his skin. The paramedic treated the tiger, and for the next 2 weeks the tiger recovered in the paramedic shed. He was fed by the locals, and the paramedic ensured that his health was intact. What's even more surprising is that the tiger showed no sign of aggression after the 2 weeks were over. The tiger disappeared. A few days later, the paramedic had trouble opening his door. He could see a tiger's paw prints, but this time around there was a dead deer on his door. Number 1. Squirrel. How does it feel when you're thirsty? Dry mouth, hoarse voice, dry throat, name them all. And how good does it feel when you finally quench your thirst? Well, in this footage a squirrel is seen asking for water from a kid. He's thirsty. The kid then goes ahead and opens the bottle and feeds the squirrel, which is seen taking in big gulps until the bottle runs empty. The squirrel then hops away in satisfaction. Must have been one thirsty squirrel. And that's it for the 5 animals that asked for help. Which of these animals overwhelmed your heart? Have you helped any animal today? Let us know in the comments below. Get out there and spread the love through helping. Sometimes we are their last resort, so do not shy away in case they come to you for help. Thanks for watching this video.